I work at a pediatric dental clinic. 3 weeks ago, a woman came in for her daughter's routine cleaning. I recognized her immediately. She was my boyfriend's ex, the one he told me was unstable, obsessive, and impossible to reason with. He'd warned me about her so many times I felt like I already knew her. She didn't recognize me. Why would she? She only knew me as a name, probably. I stayed professional, checked her daughter in, handed her the intake forms. My hands weren't shaking, but they should have been. Her daughter was maybe 4 years old. Bright eyes, gap-toothed smile, the kind of kid who makes the job worth it. The little girl climbed into the chair without being asked. Brave kid. While the hygienist worked, the woman sat in the waiting area. I watched her from the reception desk. She wasn't what I expected. She was quiet, composed, reading something on her phone. No erratic energy, no scene. Just a tired woman at a Tuesday afternoon dental appointment. My boyfriend had described someone barely functional, someone who showed up at his job, someone who sent hundreds of messages, someone he had to block on every platform just to breathe. The woman across from me looked like she was barely keeping her eyes open from exhaustion, not obsession. When the appointment finished, I made a mistake. Or maybe it wasn't a mistake. I still don't know. As I handed back her insurance card, I said, "I think we have someone in common." She looked at me carefully. I told her his name. Something moved across her face that I can only describe as recognition mixed with dread. She glanced at her daughter, then back at me. She asked how I knew him. I told her we'd been together 8 months. She was quiet for a long moment. Then she said, "How much has he told you about me?" I told her. All of it. The instability, the obsession, the harassment. I laid it out plainly because I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I wanted her to either confirm it or deny it and walk away. She didn't walk away. She pulled up her phone and showed me a folder. Screenshots organized by month, 2 years of them. Text messages where he escalated when she tried to create distance. Emails she'd sent to HR at her old job documenting what had happened between them and what followed when she tried to end it. A restraining order she'd applied for and been denied because, as the paperwork noted, there wasn't enough documented escalation yet. She hadn't been harassing him. She had been documenting him. I stood at that reception desk and read through enough to understand that every story he had told me about her was told from the position of someone reframing their own behavior as her pathology. The hundreds of messages were his. The showing up was him. The woman who was impossible to reason with had spent 2 years trying to reason, trying to leave, and trying to be believed. I called him that evening. I didn't tell him what I knew yet. I just asked him casually to describe her to me again. He did, effortlessly. Same words, same rehearsed pity and exhaustion. He was so convincing, I almost second-guessed everything I'd seen with my own eyes. That was the part that scared me most. Not the history, not the screenshots, the ease of it. I ended things that night. He didn't take it quietly. He told me I was being irrational, that she had manipulated me, that this was exactly what she did, that I was proving his point. He cycled through 4 different emotional registers in one phone call, and by the end, he was telling me he'd always known I had trust issues. I've been in contact with her a few times since. Carefully, because she is still cautious, and she has earned that caution. Her daughter lost her second tooth last week. She sent me a picture because the little girl remembered me. I don't know what the right lesson here is exactly. I know that I trusted a story over a person. I know I looked at a woman and saw a warning instead of someone asking to be seen. I got lucky. I happened to be standing at the right desk on a Tuesday afternoon. She wasn't.